Hi, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. I must say that having information, a new system of allowing this information to be spread abroad, to hear things that you maybe heard a little bit about in the past, but now to have it just coming at you every day, all day, it's good stuff about people who have been a slave, people who've experienced their entire, at least it's seemingly forever, slavery, and justified by those who benefited from it, and always the pain and suffering at the end of it for those who are the slaves. And it's just to hear this information, it just makes you feel so good. You really know that when you're dealing with truth and looking for solutions, even feeling good about what you've been feeling good about could be an obstacle. So you have to be careful, but real is real. And yes, I do enjoy knowing that it was something else. Oh boy, the truth. But anyway, and I'm thinking, with everything that's going on in America today, as far as politics are concerned, as far as our social disposition is, and how this hatred still reigns supreme, this racism, this supremacy, white supremacy, and all this stuff is just still doing what it does. And I'm thinking to myself, the solutions, having that information, how can it be made obvious to everybody, regardless of where you stand, that what you're looking for is all wrapped up in the same hand, and what you got to do, perhaps, just to free yourselves to enjoy what has been made for you. Well, it gets very rough sometimes. And hearing that good information makes you feel good. And yet you know that it's really not anywhere close to the solution. The solution requires so much more deep spiritual compassion for truth. I'm thinking, if we have just experienced another 400 years of the worst, and now prophecy or time or whatever that truth might be, we find ourselves here, understanding now much better than before, desiring expressions of that truth and what it could have been to make it what it is to be now. And when does that now start? You got in America a president talking about killing people that speak against him, even though they speak for what they represent. They represent truth. And he says, don't bring that stuff here. Don't speak the truth when it comes down to me. Whatever your truth, can you believe this? This is what he's actually saying. What I say is truth. Do not dare to contradict me, telling me that there's a higher truth. And we have sat here and tried or pretended to make laws that were consistent with the ultimate power of life, God. And his actions, his statements are, to hell with God. I'm boss. I alone can do it. Don't you remember what I said? He is. I ain't talking me now. I'm talking about this guy, Trump. And he wants people there, and he got some dude out there called himself a military man. He had to act like he having a ball. Oh, he act like he's at the zoo having a ball. And I heard on some post that he was saying, kill them all, kill them all. Can you believe that? Yes, of course you can believe that. Remember, my friends, killing is a thing. Killing is a thing. Remember this, ladies and gentlemen. For evil to exist, killing is one of its primary modes of operation. That's why they gotta have guns. The Second Amendment, I don't care how many kids get killed in school. We got to keep the guns because that's what evil is all about. That's why you have to have the largest military in the face of the earth, because you are the killer. You are the killer. On the one hand, in order to perpetuate control over the populations of the people, you use money so that, and everything is attached to money, so that you cannot accomplish anything without money. That gives them control. And if you ever find yourself waking up, and this is a challenge to what the established order is, then you find yourself in a confrontational situation. Now, the question is, I've just been inspired to say that with all this wonderful information about prophecy, about what is supposed to be happening now, the opportunity at this time for the world to change, to be as beautiful as we, the people, have determined, will determine, and do determine that we want it to be. That's where we are at. But the truth of the matter is, having received the information about how we have been persecuted, many people will be so upset about it, till anything that they do will not necessarily be to bring unity between the people again. Many of it will. Many of it will be just to do that, to say we progressed to this level. But at the same time, there will be those who believe that the only justification for accepting this is to kick some head, for what, or whatever the kicking head might mean. But for me, if you're looking for the heavenliness, you got to know the truth, and you got to accept it. You can't accept part of the truth. You just cannot accept part of the truth. If we move from the situation that we've been going through, and all we wanted to do was get even with the people, then basically they were justified in everything they were trying to do. And if we are successful, there will come a time when it'll pass right back over to another group. So what I'm saying is, the purpose is for us to learn, for us to actually grow, for us to actually develop into that creature that cares, that creature that is one with all, that Christian who can find an excuse for all things because they're willing to engage themselves in the process of correcting it. We all make mistakes, but we can learn from our mistakes. To a positive means, hey, I didn't know that was like that, so let's fix that so it won't happen. Or you can go, it's okay, that's okay, we'll get it. Well, you have to be who you are. If that's who you are, that's who you are. Nobody can laugh at you. We can try to find out what causes you to be so like that and try to do whatever to fix that. So I want to say, all of the stuff that's going on, and everything that we're trying to do, or they say they're trying to do to fix it, it expresses who they really are. But the bottom line is that people just don't know. Somebody said that, some person, they say Jesus said, I don't know, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And they do not know.